Welcome to this explainer on becoming a notary in the Bluegrass State. If you're looking to secure your Kentucky Notary Commission, you're in exactly the right place. As we look at the beautiful Frankfort capital here, we're going to jump right into outlining the specific legal and financial requirements you need to meet. Honestly, getting certified in Kentucky is one of the most streamlined processes in the entire country. We're going to break down the statutes, the costs, and the exact steps you need to take to get fully authorized.
Here's the commission journey we'll be taking today to get you certified efficiently and fully compliant with state laws. We'll cover notary bond basics, the eligibility and cost breakdown, the 30-day filing process, remote online notarization rules, and finally, statewide compliance details.
So, Section 1, Kentucky Notary Bond Basics. Okay, let's dive into this and focus on the absolute core requirement for securing your commission.
$1,000. That's the required bond amount in Kentucky under KRS Statute 423.390. To put that into perspective, this is literally the lowest notary bond requirement in the nation. And that single $1,000 bond covers your entire 4-year commission term. It is a major relief for new applicants.
But, the way you actually get that bond recently changed. Under Senate Bill 114, which went into effect back in 2020, you can no longer use personal property as a surety. So in the past, someone might have pledged a piece of real estate or property to back their bond. Well, scratch that. That's entirely eliminated now. Today, all notary bonds absolutely must be purchased from an approved insurance company. It just standardizes the whole process and makes sure the public is fully protected by a legitimate financial institution.
Moving right along to Section 2, Eligibility and Cost Breakdown. Let's look at the qualifications required under the statute and see exactly how affordable this process really is.
To get commissioned, you've got to be at least 18 years old, a U.S. citizen or permanent legal resident, and you need to either live in Kentucky or have a place of employment or practice within the state. You also need to read and write English and have a clean record, so no unpardoned felony convictions or disqualifying findings of fraud. But check out those last 2 bullet points on the screen. Kentucky requires absolutely no exams and no mandatory education to get started. No way, right? The state just trusts you to study the statutes and operate dependably.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how visually it proves just how affordable this whole thing is. Look at the total costs. A $10 application fee to the Secretary of State, a $10 county clerk recording fee, a $4 bond preparation fee, a $5 oath administration fee, and the premium for your $1,000 bond, which usually runs between $15 and $40. That means your total out-of-pocket cost is only about $44 to $69. And remember, that is not an annual fee. That covers your entire 4-year commission. It's an incredibly affordable professional credential to add to your resume.
All right, Section 3, the 30-day filing process. Let's walk through the exact chronological application steps because paying attention to strict statutory deadlines here is absolutely crucial. Here is your game plan. Step 1, apply online at the Kentucky Secretary of State website and pay that $10 fee. Step 2, once you're approved, you go and purchase your $1,000 bond from an approved provider. Now, Step 3 is where the clock starts ticking. You have exactly 30 days to take your bond and appear in person at your local county clerk's office. There, you'll file the bond, take your official oath of office, and pay your final fees. Listen, if you miss this 30-day window, your commission is voided and you have to start the whole shebang over again. But once you complete Step 3, you're instantly ready for Step 4, beginning your work as a notary across the state.
Let's transition to Section 4, Remote Online Notarization Rules. Let's talk about how Kentucky handles modern digital notarizations, commonly known as RON.
The great news for Kentucky notaries is that RON doesn't require a separate super expensive bond. Your standard $1,000 bond covers digital notarizations too. However, to perform RON, you do have to register specifically with the Secretary of State and identify the exact digital platform you're going to use. Because you aren't physically in the room with the signer, the state demands strict security protocols. You got to use at least 2 distinct identity proofing methods, keep a secure electronic journal, and, this is the big one, you must securely retain the audio and video recordings of every single digital notarization for at least 10 years.
Okay, bringing us to our final section, Section 5, Statewide Compliance Details. Let's cover the ongoing rules of operation and the vast authority granted by your new commission.
And this brilliantly illustrates the real power of your commission. When you are certified, you are designated as a notary public state at large. Basically, this means your authority isn't just boxed into your home county or the county where you filed your bond. You are fully authorized to operate anywhere across all 120 counties in Kentucky.
Because you have that incredible statewide authority, your official notary seal has to physically display very specific elements to be legally compliant. Every time you stamp a document, your seal must clearly show the words "State at Large," your exact commissioned name, the title Notary Public, the state name Kentucky, along with your specific commission ID number and your expiration date. Missing even one of these elements can actually render a notarized document legally invalid, so double-check your stamp.
When it comes to charging the public, Kentucky law is crystal clear. Under the statute, $5 is the maximum fee you are legally allowed to charge per Notarial Act. Now, as a state at-large notary, you're probably going to find yourself traveling to clients. You are totally allowed to charge a travel fee on top of that $5 act fee, but the law requires that any travel fees must be explicitly agreed upon with the client in advance and disclosed up front.
So, what does this all mean for you? Well, you know the costs, you know the laws, and you know the exact steps. The process in the Bluegrass State is accessible, affordable, and incredibly straightforward. There's no exam holding you back, and the required bond is literally the lowest in the nation. So, I have to ask, are you ready to secure your Kentucky Notary Commission today? What is stopping you from expanding your professional toolkit right now?
Take that first step right now. Get your notary surety bond quote in minutes. Apply online, get fast approval for all 50 states by visiting buysuretybonds.com.